structure analysis and design. We have 2 live meetings every week on Tuesdays, Thursdays from 9 until 10:15. Attendance is optional, but however, I highly recommend to attend my live meeting. Through my live meeting, you can ask me what you want. You can ask me to repeat anything you didn't catch. No deduction if you didn't show up. However, if you attend the live meeting, you can get the extra 1%. I'm telling you, 1% by the end of the semester will be added to your final grade. One more time, attendance is optional. However, if you attend the live meeting every week from 9 to 10:15 Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can get extra 1%. You can reach the live meeting by UCU virtual classroom. You can find here every meeting, every future meeting. So today is Tuesday meeting, January 12th. The next meeting will be Thursday, January 14, and the coming meeting will be posted here. And also, every meeting is recorded, so you can watch it later. The recorded meeting will be here also at this location, recorded meeting. It will be automatically recorded here and also will be posted on YouTube. From content, you can reach the syllabus for the course. Our syllabus will show you my contact email, my contact number, my office, the required textbook. This textbook is optional also. You can buy it, you can get it, or if you cannot, that's fine. I will provide you with everything you want in this course, no worries. However, I highly recommend if you would like to make your major as a structural engineer, I highly recommend to keep a copy from this textbook in your library. If you would like to be a structural engineer, believe me, this textbook is very important. We have 3 exams. Every exam with 20% from the total grade. We have homeworks, I believe around 10 or 12 homeworks with 20%. And we have quizzes. Every week, every Tuesday, we have a quiz. You can solve the quiz and upload it to the system. I will show you everything right now. So we have 20%. Homeworks, quizzes, exam 1, exam 2, exam 3. We don't have final exam. We don't have comprehensive exam. No. After I'm finishing up the first 4 chapters, we have exam number 1. After finishing up the first 4 chapters, we have exam number 1. Then we have another chapters before exam number 2. Exam number 2 only, covering these material only. As exam 1 covering these materials only. Exam number 3 will cover the remaining material after exam 2. So we don't have comprehensive exam covering the whole material of the course. No, we have 3 midterm exams. Exam number 1 will be on week number 6, around mid of February. Exam number 2 will be in the week number 12, around the first week of April. The last exam number 3, will be during the final week. I know it's during the final week, but it's still midterm exam, not comprehensive exam. Until this moment, do you have any question? Guys, until this moment, as I told you, Clayton, the textbook is optional. I will provide you with everything. No worries about this. Every homework, every notes, everything. However, textbook in your library will be helpful after graduation. Okay? Quizzes, yes, every week. I will solve the issue. If you cannot attend, no worries about this. I will provide you the quiz and you will submit it during D12. Quizzes every week, every Tuesdays in the morning at the beginning of the class. One more thing. Okay, this is a syllabus. You can read it carefully. If you have any question, let me know. The recorded meeting will be posted here also under the tab recorded meeting. If you click this one, you will find here links. These links will drive you to YouTube, so you can watch the videos on YouTube. So you have two options. The first one, you can watch the recorded meeting using UCU virtual classroom, and you can find here the recorded meeting. Or if you don't have access to D2L, recorded meeting will give you links to YouTube, so you can watch it using your cell phone, your tablet, anything, at any time. Lecture notes. If you open this link, and I believe if you take this class with me before, you are familiar with my system. I will post the lecture notes at the beginning of each week, so you can download these notes and print them. I highly recommend to print them before our meeting. So during my live meeting, you can add your own notes. I didn't write everything in these notes, but I wrote the basics, the main knowledge, the main information, so you can add your own with your hand during my teaching. Okay, so I highly recommend to download this PDF and print it before our live meeting, so you can use these notes for learning, for studying. Okay, so as I told you, the textbook is optional because I will provide you with everything. Okay, any question? Okay, that's good. I have some noise around me. I'm so sorry about this. Let me keep going. So homeworks. You can find the homework, the weekly homework. We have a homework every week. So right now we have homework number 1. The due date for this homework will be next Tuesday. We'll start today, January 12, and the due date will be January 19. 19 at what time? Before the starting of our live meeting at 9 a.m. You have to submit this homework before next Tuesday. I'm sorry, we have a mistake here. It's not Monday, it's a Tuesday, January 19. at 9 a.m. before 9 a.m. How can I submit the homework? Okay, go ahead and download this PDF file. If you would like to print it, that's fine. If you don't, that's okay. Solve your homework. After you are done, please take pictures or convert your solution to a PDF file as you like. And then we have something here called homework submission. Homework submission. I will work as a student to show you what's going on. So if you go to content, homework submission, we have a link here for homework number 1. If you click this homework, be careful. This homework will be ended on January 19 at 9 a.m., which is the due date for the homework. After this time, you cannot upload your homework submission. Be careful about this point. If you missed the due date, you cannot submit your homework. So at this point, you have to send it to me by email. But you will get partial credit, not the full credit. Believe me, you will get around 5 from 10. If you send your homework to me by email, you will get only 5 from 10 partial credit. You will not get the full credit. So please don't miss the due date. You have 1 week to solve your homework and submit it. You can submit it at any time. If you submit a wrong file, you can resubmit it. No worries about this. Anyway, if you open this link, homework number 1, you can upload your file. If you click upload, you can choose a PDF file or Word file or pictures or whatever on your laptop, in your computer. Then open. Here is the file. If you would like to add some comments, okay, go ahead and tell me what you want on comments. You uploaded the file, you write your comments if you have, and then submit. Once you submit the homework, you will receive a confirmation email that you submitted homework number 1. Then the homework, I can watch it, I can grade it, and you will receive the final grade for homework number 1. Any question for this point? If you have any question at any time, let me know. So from D to L, you will reach everything in this course. Syllabus, recorded meeting, lecture notes, homework submission. What about the quizzes? I will send quizzes by email, or if you join my meeting, you can reach the quiz. The same thing. You will have here a link. You can upload your solution for quiz number 1, for quiz number 2, and also the same for exams. I will send exams for you, and you will solve and upload your exams. The only issue for homework submission, quiz submission, exam submission, don't miss the due date. Don't miss the due time, because if you missed the due time, the system will not allow you to upload or submit your work. Be careful. For exam submission, if you missed the due time, I will not accept your exam by email. I can do it for homework, that's fine. For quiz, that's fine. But for exam, no. Please respect the due time for this course. Any question, guys? Do you have any question? So as I told you, it's very easy. Just follow my rules, follow my instructions, you can do a great work, a great job in this course. When I was an undergrad student, it's very interesting to me to find a course that I can learn and I can do a great score. These courses are interesting to learn something and to do a great score to improve my GPA. So promise you will learn and you will improve your score. But also you have to follow these rules, just rules. So we have, I think, 12 students in this course, only 6 students showing up. That's fine, it's okay. But live meetings are very important, Guys, do you have any question right now? Any concern, anything? Okay. Looks good. So you can watch my screen right now. Today I will start with introduction for our course, Structural Analysis and Design. In this course, we will learn something about types of structures. We have three main types: beams, frames, and trusses. Probably you heard about these structures before, but let me introduce something for you. If you have a building like this one, we have footing, foundation, we have column, and we have beams. If you consider this beam alone, looks like this one. This beam is supported here on this column and supported here on this column. So we have support here, we have support here, probably we have another support here. That means this structure can be called beams. Member supported between 2 points or 3 points. This called beams. But if you consider this beam with this column, this element or this member, and this member, and this member, the 3 members together as a whole structure, at this moment, this structure can be called frame. So I can say frames are beams with more than 1 member. So the beam is 1 member, this member only. But if you have 3 members, at least, or 2 members connected together, this structure can be called frame. The third one called trusses. On bridge, you can find many members. This member, this member, this member, this member, this member. We have many members connected together. This structure can be called truss. In this course, we will learn in more details what is the meaning of beams, what is the meaning of frames, what is the meaning of truss. How can we solve beams? How can we solve frames? How can we solve trusses? I would like, this slide is very important. I would like to explain something very important to you. In this course, we will learn, we have a structure, This structure can be a beam or frame or truss. We have external load. We have external loads. You are, as a person, as a student, you are external load on the building that you occupied in. So the external load on the structure will cause something called internal forces, or sometimes called straining action. In our course, we will learn how to convert the external load on the building, beam or frame or truss. How can we convert this external load to internal load? The internal load can be shear force diagram or bending moment diagram. Then these internal forces will cause deflection. If you have a structure and you have external load, this external load will cause deflection, will make or will cause the structure to deflect. Like if you have a piece of wood between two chairs, two seats, and you are standing here, believe me, this piece of wood will deflect like this. The structure will do the same. In our course, we will learn how to calculate these deflections. The straining action, which is internal forces, will cause something called stresses. I believe in your course of not engineering mechanics, strength of material with Dr. O, you learn it. Sometimes sigma equal MC over I. If you have a moment coming from this diagram, this moment will make stress, normal stress. And you learned also tau equal Q V over I time T. This one called shear stress. V is called shear force. This shear force coming from this diagram, shear diagram. So in another course, you learned how to convert the internal forces to stresses. So our course will focus only on how can I convert the external load to internal forces, shear and moment, and how the internal forces will cause deflection for the structure. Our structures in this course, probably beam or frame or truss. Any questions so far? If you have any question at any time, let me know. Today is only introduction to our course. We have many types of load. Probably your load are vertical load. If you are standing in your apartment, you are causing vertical load, I believe, because your own weight is vertical. The furniture around yourself are vertical load. The weight of snow, if you have snow on the roof of your building, this snow is a vertical load. If you have construction in your building, the weight of the construction material or construction labors or equipment, all of these stuff are vertical. So vertical loads can be dead load, life load, snow load, or construction load. All of these loads are vertical load. Sometimes we have horizontal load coming horizontally in this direction. How? Yeah, if you have earthquake, If you have wind, the wind load is horizontal. Earthquake is horizontal. Water pressure or earth pressure are horizontal. So mainly we have two types of load, vertical load or horizontal load. For any building, we have two main types of load. Any building, we have dead load and live load. We have dead load and live load. It's not big deal in this course to learn what is the difference between dead load and the live load, but let me explain something for you. Guys, please look around yourself in your apartment right now. You can stand on this floor. Probably you can move to another location to stand on this floor. Probably you can move your desk, your laptop, your bed, your dressing. You can move all furniture in a second, in a moment, in a minute, in 1 hour. You can move all of this stuff. That's right. If you can move the load, this load can be called live load. If the load is movable, this load can be called live load. We can change the position. We can change the location. But you have a wall. You have a wall in your apartment. Can you move this wall? If you go to campus and return back in the evening, the wall at the same location, we cannot move this wall. So the weight or the load coming from this wall can be called dead load, cannot move. So live load is movable. Dead load cannot be moved. So if you understand this difference, you can understand what is the type of any load around yourself. If your load can be moved, it's live load. If the load cannot moved, so it's dead load. Dead load most of the time is the own weight of the building. Weight of the floor, weight of the walls, weight of the covering, everything around yourself in the building is dead load. We cannot move this load. Any question regarding this point? Okay. We have different shapes of load. Your load can be concentrated load or point load. If you have a column like this column will make 1 point load. I will assume this area as a point. It's very small area. So I can convert this load in the real life. In the real life looks like column like this. I can convert the load coming from this column as a concentrated load. 1 point load at 1 point. Sometimes your load, we have a load here, P, and we have another load here, P. This load and this load would like to rotate this beam like this. So we have something called concentrated moment. We have rotation. We have two opposite loads. This load and this load in opposite directions. So both of them would like to rotate this part of the beam counterclockwise like this. So this moment can be called concentrated moment. Sometimes we have line loads. This wall is applying a load on this line like this. So this load will cause line load, or surface load. We have this concrete slab or concrete panel. This slab will cause surface load because this surface load, it's not on one point or one line, it's on area. That's right. If your load is applied on one area, so this load can be called surface load. So we have four different types of load or shapes of load. This load can be concentrated, only one point load. This load can be concentrated moment, looks like this, would like to rotate. This load can be line load, in your structure will be like this. Surface load will be like this, on area. The surface load must be on area, like this. So today, I covered what are the type of structure that we will learn in this course: beams, frames, trusses. What is the meaning of internal forces or straining actions? And this straining action will cause deflection, and this straining action will cause stresses. We learned we have two main types of load: vertical load, horizontal load. Vertical load like dead load, life load, snow load, construction load. Horizontal load mainly like earthquake and wind load. What is the main difference between dead load and the life load? Life load is a movable load. You can change the position. Dead load, you cannot. No way. We have different shapes of load. In our problems, we can find these loads like concentrated load, like concentrated moment, like line load, or surface load.